from Fabworks, and I want to talk about this Harbor Freight Hallmaster hitch and the little bit of modification I did to it to make it work for what I needed. So this is the Harbor Freight Hallmaster hitch. It has 6 inches of drop, 4 inches of upwards, and runs for about $169 as of the filming of this video. So on this, it comes stock with these pins right here, and I have put these pins in, and you'll see in a second why I did that. So a couple modifications that I did on this. First thing I did is I drilled a second hole in here. The factory hole here, Chicken had it sitting out a little bit farther than I wanted to have it. I wanted it in as close as possible. If your hitch setup wasn't like this one here and you need to clear a bumper, I think this hole here would work good. But for what I wanted to do, I wanted to have it in a little bit closer and take a little bit less of the torque off this rear end. Okay, so the next thing I did, there's one bolt that comes with it right here to take and tension this up against this piece here. I took and drilled and tapped another one here, and this is 1/2 inch bolt. It comes with American thread on these, so it's a 3/4 head, 1/2 inch by 13 bolt in here. So I added a second one just to take a little bit of the wiggle out of this part of it and rattle. I just didn't want to hear that rattle when I took and had the hitch in. Now for these pieces across here, what I needed, this is a triple ball, so you've got the 1 7/8, 2 and 2 5/16, which they're mostly your standard that you're going to run into out there. The only thing that this hitch did not have was a setup for a Pintle. So on my personal truck, I have a Gen Y hitch. Love it. It's super strong and really happy with it, but they're really expensive. This one being at $169, I wanted to take a chance on it and see how it stacked up. The construction overall is great. We don't have hollow tube on here. We have solid stock. That the shank going in here and up here is built out of solid stock. The welds, everything looks decent on here. I don't see any problems structurally. It looks like it's a very strong, very capable hitch. So, like I said, I wanted to have a Pintle. This one didn't have the capability, so I decided to do a little bit of modification and came up with this piece here. So I welded up this piece here. This is 1/4 inch plate on the sides here, 3/8 plate up on the top, and then a couple rings of 3/8 on here. And so when you take and go to put this in, this drops over the existing pin down here. It gets pinned up at this end. It's very to adjust. Just a second of these bolts out here. And so with this setup on here, I can now put a Pintle setup in here and capture it right through here. The way I took and designed these 3 layers right here is it doesn't touch the ball down here, but it does capture about a 1/2 inch, a little over a 1/2 inch of it, and there is no way this whole hitch is moving right now, but this piece is anchored in at 3 spots, so this can't tip up or release. And with a 3/8 plate across the top, you're not going to bend it just by the hitch being a bounce, and it's sized to go on the 2 5/16 ball, the largest diameter, to give it the most strength possible. So that's why I have these style hitch pins instead of the stock ones, because I added about a 1/2 inch of material across the side here. These were just a little bit too short. So that is what I did to make this hitch take in and work for a Pintle setup. And so now I can basically tow anything that I had to. I don't do Pintle a lot, but I wanted to have that option. I have a couple generators that I tow, and it's nice to not have to switch out anything, and I can take in and be able to just go with one hitch. And as you saw, this easily takes and comes off here when I don't want to use it. And then I'm back to using it in a standard configuration. These longer ones really aren't going to affect anything. I can use the shorter ones back in if I want to. It really doesn't matter as far as that goes. Once this bolt here, and with this design, you can tighten up both of these. Once you have it hooked up, if you needed to, you can put a wrench in there and you can tighten that up, and really takes any rattle that you would have out of that. It's a very, very solid hitch. Everything has worked well so far. You have to excuse the sweating. We just had a monsoon come through here in Arizona, so we're right now at 110 degrees with 85% humidity. It's a little bit warm in the shop, but that's my look at this Hallmaster hitch from Harbor Freight and the little bit of modification that I did to it. One more thing I thought I'd mention is I got a set of these really cheap, inexpensive, resettable locks. You can set your own combination on them. And I wanted a better way to secure this, and I'm not going to stop the good, the really ingenious criminal. This is just to keep the lazy person when I'm parked at Walmart from walking up and walking off with my hitch. So these little locks, I think I got them at their Brinks. I think I got them at Walmart. And the shank on this won't fit through the standard pin that comes with this hitch unless you drill it out just a touch, and then you can take and put this lock through here, and you can lock it up if you don't end up doing the add-on Pintle deal that I did. But these other ones, it goes on here, and I can take and lock these up really easily, all three of them. And then I have a combination hitch pin up here that keeps the whole thing secured in the hitch. So like I said, this isn't designed to take and stop everybody from taking it. It's just the casual person that's walking by my hitch. It keeps them from walking off with it while I'm parked in a parking lot somewhere. Keeping the honest people honest. So just an idea, if you want to take and add a little bit more security to it. When the pins are in and you tighten up these two, it makes it very difficult to get the pins out. It kind of pinches everything because the tolerances are very tight on here. So if you crank down on these two bolts, it does lock things in really well without this, but I just wanted a little bit, another measure of security on here just to deter somebody from trying to take it if I didn't have anything hooked up and locked in any other way. So just another idea for you to secure this and make it work. If you guys have any questions, you can always let me know in the comments, and thanks for watching.